Something most parents would hate to live through, piecing together the last moments of their son's life. Rick and Mary Todd are in Singapore, meeting with their legal team, looking into how their son, Shane Todd, died. The authorities say suicide, but they disagree.
If there was one shred of evidence that my son committed suicide, we would look at that. From the very beginning, starting with him telling us his life was threatened, to when we got there and nothing lined up, to the garrote marks on the necks, the pathology reports, the forensic evidence on the computer, everything points towards murder. We're not a family that couldn't accept suicide if the evidence was there. There is not a shred of evidence.
Any form of a child's death is horrible, but to go through what we've gone through, it would be much easier to accept suicide as opposed to murder.
Shane worked as an engineer at Singapore's Institute of Microelectronics, which his parents claim was involved in a research project with possible military applications for the Chinese firm Huawei. The Chinese telecom firm and the institute say they were just in preliminary discussions and never went ahead with the project.
Okay. That's just before they went dragon.
Shane's parents say that in the last few months of his life, their son was uncomfortable working at the institute and had quit with plans to return to the US before he died. Now the story has taken on a political dimension. It's been discussed at the highest diplomatic levels. Singapore has categorically denied the allegations made by the Todd family.
Singapore government will not be party to any conspiracy or cover-up, and in fact the process is a very transparent one, and we have gone even further by working with FBI. Secretary Kerry as well as Attorney General Eric Holder, whom I also met, were very appreciative of the fact that we were doing well beyond what we have to do under Singapore law.
On the first day of the inquiry, evidence presented showed that Mr. Todd had consulted a psychiatrist a few months before his death and was prescribed antidepressants for anxiety and stress.
A lot of questions will be asked at this court about exactly what happened when Shane Todd died. Around 60 witnesses are expected to be called for the coroner's inquiry. The verdict won't be for a few weeks, and it aims to put to rest the mystery behind Shane Todd's death. Sharon Lail, BBC News, Singapore.